You ever been a mixologist? No, me neither. I looked at my library. I got a lot of books on drinks and how to make them. Hot toddies, wine for dummies. If you have that book, then you're going to need wine quotations, so at least you can sound smart. Wine was created from the beginning to make men joyful and not to make them drunk. Ecclesiastics, the Bible. Here's a good one on herbs, and I think some future time we'll talk about a lot of herbs and stuff. This is not bad. Yeah, good book. And this one, how did that get in there? Fiction about a drinking life. You know, Pete Hamill. Tell you all about how reading comic books can turn you into an alcoholic. Here's one some friends in San Francisco sent me recently. Yeah, 20 years behind bars. The spirited adventures of a real bartender. So, have you ever been a bartender? Now, I was way back in the day when I was a college student in Philadelphia. It was a college hangout bar, and I had no classes by design scheduled before 11 a.m., so I used to open the place up at 6 and work from 6 till about the time I could get to my class, which was across the street from the bar. Now it's, being a young college student, I probably overslept once or twice. But if you got there 10 minutes after 6, there was a line outside. Mostly retirees, older people. And they'd be waving their canes at me. Where were you? You're late. This bar is supposed to open at 6. So I'd get in, I'd let them in, get them a drink, start cleaning up. It was the kind of place where the bartenders at night, when they closed up at probably 2 o'clock, they just left. And there was bottles and glasses and pitchers just about everywhere. It was quite the thing. Man, I do that, and I take care of these old drunks. They lived in the nursing home or adult care, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe a block away, and they'd had 1 or 2, and then they'd fall asleep in the booth. I'd have to clean around them. But it was a job. I remember at this bar they used to have a special drink, gin. It was called 3 Fingers of Gin for $3. You'd take a glass, you laid your 3 fingers aside of it, and that's how much gin you would get for $3. Now there was this construction guy, really big, huge, and he'd come in and he'd say, "Well, I want that, 3 fingers of gin for $3." And he put his fingers against it, and it was like a pint. And his fingers were so big and so huge, and it was an interesting time in my life. I've never attended bars since then, and except at home on private parties. But you just can't get away from that. 3 fingers of gin. I'm gonna put that up here. And I'm going to fill it. Thank God my fingers not as big as his. That's how much you get. And he used to call it do-it fluid, because he used to call gin do-it fluid, because I guess he thought it was an aphrodisiac. I've heard that before. I know, but the gin is made from juniper berries, which is a strange kind of thing. I think juniper berries by themselves are poisonous. A bartender along the Delaware River once told me that. He said, "Oh, you're drinking poison. It's gin. It's made from juniper berries. You can't eat them without dying." Well, you can drink them without dying. Gin's been around for, I can't tell you how many years. We can talk in depth about gin, especially Old Town gin. If you've never heard of that, well, you might be in for something. However, don't try this at home, and I'm not going to chug it. You know, I'm going to go in the other room and watch a Turner Classic movie.